Okay, we are shifting focus to an entirely different story. The Archaeological Survey of India report is going to be made public in the Gyanvapi case. Remember, a Varanasi court was set to decide on this. This is the sealed ASI survey report on the Gyanvapi Mosque complex. Now, copies will also be provided, I believe, to Hindu and Muslim sides, but we'll wait for a reporter to join us to confirm that aspect for us. This is something that, remember, the Varanasi District Court had been looking at. Let's go over to our colleague Ananya to understand more. Ananya, more context here, and just tell our audiences what experts have had to say on this aspect. What could come out of making this report public? The pros and cons, please.
Well, definitely, this is a significant verdict coming in from the Varanasi District Court, where it has been stated that both these, the reports.
Okay. Ananya, I just need to ask you to stay with us. Hari Shankar Jain, the lawyer in this case, is with us right now. Sir, thank you for joining us on CNN News 18. Sir, your first response to the court's decision, please.
It is very fortunate that we are going to get report. The court has declared that it is agreed to make it public, as the copy of the claim will be given to the parties. I think by today or by tomorrow, we will get the copy.
Okay, sir. So can you just tell us more? The copy itself, it will be given to both sides as well as the public?
Yes. There is no gag order. Everybody will get. We will get a copy.
Okay. And sir, can you tell us a little bit more, please, sir, before we let you go on the fight? Why is this? Why was this something you were fighting for?
Again, what you are asking?
Sir, can you tell us why this is something that you wanted, that it be made public?
The report should also always be public, because it is not a confidential report, and public should know what is going on. It is a suit concerning public at large, and everybody should know what is in the report. It is nothing confidential. The building itself is standing and is saying something more than what is required. The western wall, everything, they think the report should come, and we must know what the ASI has reported to the court.
Okay, Mr. Jain, thank you for joining us. We, I believe, have a reaction from your son too that we're going to play out right now. Vishnu Shankar Jain will play it out for you, and then we'll go back to our reporters.
जो आगे की फॉर्मेलिटीज है वो हम शुरू करेंगे। तो कब तक, अभी आधे घंटे कॉपी मिल जाएगी आप लोगों को? अब ये तो एग्जैक्ट टाइम नहीं बता सकते हैं जी, पर अभी क्या कहते हैं, कोर्ट आदेश पारित करेगा, उसके बाद हम लोग सर्टिफाइड कॉपी अप्लाई करेंगे। आधे घंटे बाद आदेश आएगा? आधे घंटे बाद आदेश आएगा। तो आपने सुना हमारे साथ जैन थे जो बता रहे थे कि आधे घंटे में आदेश आएगा।
Okay, let's go to our legal correspondent Ananya now to get the backstory. Ananya, we spoke to Hari Shankar Jain. We spoke to Vishnu Shankar. We didn't speak to, but we just heard what Vishnu Shankar Jain had to say. Ananya, a lot more context required here. We know that this is something that was in the courts over the last few days, but tell us, what were the merits of this? What are the merits of this according to the court? What were those who were arguing against it being released to the public? What was their justification?
Okay. Well, definitely, this is a significant verdict that has been coming in from the Varanasi District Court. Remember that after this particular survey was actually concluded, the Archaeological Survey of India actually submitted its report before. In fact, the Varanasi District Court, the Muslim side moved an application before the court that, the report should not be made public. However, the Hindu side made a counter application saying that the report should be made public. This is a ASI survey. It is in the public interest that this survey has been conducted. And it is a report under the Code of Civil Procedure and there is no bar on this report being released, is what the Hindu side had constantly argued. What has also been argued by the Hindu side in this particular case when it comes to the whole Gyanvapi dispute is that, this whole premises is not barred by the 1991
Okay, Ananya, we'll have to come back to you in just a second. More reactions coming into the story. Take a look, then we'll go back to Ananya.
कैसे तो अब तो कोई संशय रहा नहीं है, क्योंकि अब कोर्ट ने ही ऑर्डर कर दिया, तो 1 घंटे में तो अगर ऐसे में नियम क्या है कि अगर आज को नकल डाली जाएगी तो कॉपी क्या कल मिलेगी?
हाँ, कल
नकल डालने के लिए तो शायद 12 बजे तक का टाइम होता है।
हाँ, 12 बजे तक ही एप्लीकेशन पड़ेगा।
अच्छा,
We now have Vishnu Shankar Jain who's with us on the phone. We heard earlier from him. Sir, what you were asking for in court has been successful. It will be made public. Sir, your first reaction?
See, it's a very, very important day for all of us, because this report, certified copy of this report will be given to us. This report is a efforts and hard work of 92 days by the Archaeological Survey of India and by the councils for the plaintiff. So the moment this copy will be given, we will go through the report, we will peruse the report, and then we will file our objections accordingly.
Sir, can you tell our audiences what was your reaction to the Muslim side's argument that it should not be released to the public?
See, I strongly objected that before the Honorable Court. I strongly objected that before the Honorable Court, and my contention was that today we are living in an era where the Honorable Supreme Court has given a ruling in Swapnil Tripaঠি's case that sunlight is the best disinfectant. We are living in an era where we are seeing the live telecast of Supreme Court and High Court proceedings. So there can't be any scenario, and there is no provision in the CPC to put a gag order on the media. And the Honorable Court will pass the order, and we are waiting for the orders of the Honorable.
Okay, all right. Okay, sir. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for bringing us that context. Okay. Sunlight is the best solution. Let's go over to our colleague Ananya to understand more. Ananya, we heard right now from Hari Shankar Jain, we heard what the advocate had to say. We understand his argument, but now tell us, you were saying earlier it's the Muslim side that didn't want it to be released. What were the grounds on which they had a problem with it being released?
Well, the Muslim side constantly argued that, the report coming out would be a law and order situation, and it might create some kind of a dissatisfaction amongst communities if at all the contents of this report are released. And in fact, they also go on to say that, at the very beginning, this ASI survey should not have been allowed because the suit is still pending before, in fact, the Varanasi District Court, and the matter has also travelled to the Supreme Court. However, if you remember, the ASI survey was first directed by, in fact, the Varanasi District Court. The matter travelled to the Allahabad High Court. The Allahabad High Court made some tweakings to that order, said that, some kind of area should not be touched, and certain directions were issued as to how this survey has to be carried out, what is to be done, what is not to be done. The matter then travelled to the topmost court of the country, where the Muslim side again argued that, the survey should not be conducted. However, the Supreme Court said that, this is an order that's been passed by the Allahabad High Court after perusing the order of the Varanasi District Court, and there is no infirmity with that order. In fact, the Solicitor General of India, Mr. Tushar Mehta, also made an assurance before the court that no kind of a damage to any kind of a structure would be carried out while this whole survey would be carried out. Remember, post that ASI survey was conducted, almost 92 days of survey happened, and post that a report had come in from the Archaeological Survey of India. The matter was not being heard for last two dates just because there were certain issues, one with regards to, bar elections coming in, and another was a court holiday that the matter could not be taken up. And now finally, the report is to be made public. The report has to be given to both of these parties. And when the report comes out, we'll get to know as to what the Archaeological Survey of India has said. However, as Vishnu was pointing it out, the only point that remains at this point of time is that a certified copy of the order would be obtained. Then a certified copy of this report would be applied for, and it takes a time of almost 20 to 48 hours to actually obtain a certified copy. So that might happen. We'll see as to if at all that process would be expedited. However, it would be at least 24 to 48 hours that this report has to, would be out in open with these parties. So we'll have to wait and watch for that. But definitely a big order coming in, a big win coming in for the Hindu side, which had been pressing that this report should not be sealed. And in fact, Supreme Court, as Vishnu was also pointing it out, has time and again, not only in the Sunshine case, but also in the Pegasus matter, had
Ananya, just